Amigos, welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of, you guessed it, the show with no name. And right now, it's time for liftoff. Come on,
8, 7,
countdown with me, amigos.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Come on.
Liftoff. Liftoff.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do it. I am gung-ho.
Hold on to your hat.
What?
On your seatbelt.
Gung-ho.
Hold on to your
A ver cómo lo traducen. Gung-ho means really happy. Suena japonés, ¿no? I am gung-ho. That means fanático, entusiasta. Very excited. I am gung-ho. Se escribe G-U-N-G-H-O. Let the learning begin, folks. More totally native words up ahead. He was very gung-ho when he discovered snowboarding. Excited, enthusiastic. It's a funny word, right? In fact, it sounds like a Japanese word. Let's check it out. Gung-ho. Okay, gung-ho is an English term meaning, which we already looked at, extremely enthusiastic, dedicated, or energetic. That's what I said. I am gung-ho. I hope you are too. Now, it's often used to describe someone eager to take on a task. Hey, that's us. Originating during World War II from a misinterpretation of the Chinese phrase gongge, meaning work together. It was popularized by a lieutenant colonel, so it actually comes from Chinese, but a misheard Chinese word. I knew it. I was like, that does not sound English. You know, to be gung-ho, I said, that had to come from somewhere. Well, you know us. We're always borrowing words from other languages. Hey, we use a lot of French words. We say je ne sais quoi, algo que no sabes identificar, algo especial. We say déjà vu, ménage à toi, and many other French ones. Sure. We borrow, as I said, from everybody. We even use the word fiesta, siesta, and cerveza. Hey, we handpick our words. Las escogemos a mano, solo las mejores. All right, well, folks, we have got a lot to do on today's show. As always, tons of challenges coming your way. So why don't we kick things off with our first challenge to practice many different things at the same time. Listening, taking dictation, summing up your opinion, and we do all that in the Say What soundbite. Say what? Yeah, that's right, folks. Your Say What soundbite here on the show with no name. As always, we are going to hear from a famous person. Yesterday we had Jose Mourinho, a guy who speaks several languages. All right, well, I can tell you a little bit about today's. Today's Say What soundbite is from a friggin' awesome movie. So, I don't think you'll be able to recognize the movie. But once I tell you, I'm sure if you've seen it, you'll love it. It's a fantastic movie. And we'll hear a little clip from that in our Say What soundbite, which we'll hear 4 times, as you know. Also, folks, a quick reminder, recordatorio, if you'd like to practice your speaking with us every week, well, you can do that. Last week, we had Alberto, Alfonso, Anix, Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol, Marisol, Nuria, and Laura, and they all participated and did a wonderful job. Now, this week's question of the week. How do you politely get out of an uncomfortable conversation or, a conversation that you're done with? It's going on too long, whether the person is annoying or, they're not respecting your time. I mean, there are many reasons we want to see our way out of a conversation, right? So how would you do that? But the key word here is diplomatically. You don't want to be like, guy, come on, you're annoying the shit out of me. Me estás agobiando, tío. No me abraces con tus mierdas. Don't give me your bullshit. No, you can't. You shouldn't. I mean, So how would you do it? In a diplomatic way, let somebody know, hey, we're done here. Time to wrap up. Terminar esta conversación. And again, you can use your own example, but it happens for many reasons. Sometimes just people are just too talkative. Hey, I know it because I'm one of those. I have to be aware of it because sometimes I can talk people's ears off. Hey, that's what I do. All right. So if you'd like to participate, you can record around a minute, use it as a guideline. Record it on your phone, preferably in a place without too much of an echo. And remember, it's always better to record it a little bit lower, and I can always get it up there. I can get the volume up. The problem is once you go into the red, if I were to scream right now into this microphone or smack it, it would go into the red, the audio waves, right? So just be aware of that. I can always bring it up. I can't bring it down once it's saturado, as you call it in Spanish. So be aware of that because all of that, could distract away from your message. We have a student, I don't want to mention names, but a student, for some reason, every time he sent us a message, there would be like these electronic, sounds like a robot being electrocuted or something like that. Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if it's a problem with the phone, with the audio file. I don't know. I'm not an expert there, but it did distract away from his message. And that's a shame. So be aware of that when you're participating. And we can't wait to hear from you. Also, you can send it, just in case it's your first time participating, you can send it over to my email address, which is alonso@grupovon.com. Alonso, so that's 2 A's, @grupovon.com. A lot of you already have my email address, and you use it to keep in touch and also to send me your ideas. As you know, sometimes here on the show, we look at homophones that you have suggested or double troubles that come from you, our listeners. So thank you for being, a part of the show, not just a listener, but an active part of the show. All right, now here's today's Say What soundbite. As always, pay attention and let's hear your take. Vamos a oír vuestra opinión. Here it is for the first time.
You don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it.
I took the call.
It's mine. I'll make you my second in command.
Captain Smith, over here, please.
Back door! Nobody else inside.
Alberto, estoy leyendo un cómic y me estoy dando cuenta de que todas las onomatopeyas que salen son verbos en inglés.
Of course, man. We love making it easy.
Por ejemplo, aquí pone chomp, y está un animal masticando.
Sure, to chomp.
Es mascar, ¿no?
Sí, mascar. Y lo haces con tus piños. You're chompers.
Ah, chompers es los piños grandotes, ¿no? Vale, y to click, por ejemplo.
To click. Well, to click is what you do on a computer. You click. Pinchar.
Perfecto, pinchas con el ratón. Claro, tiene sentido. To gulp.
Well, before I was gulping my soda. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Claro, estás tragando como un pato.
Eso es, no es lo mismo que sip.
Bien. To thump.
Thump. Don't thump your fist on the table. No des un pum, pum en la mesa.
De hecho, el conejito de Bambi se llamaba Thumper.
Eso es, todo tiene sentido en inglés.
Claro que sí, por eso hemos hecho el tercer libro de This Book is the Milk, que se llama This Book is the Shit. Este libro es la leche. Por Alberto Alonso
Y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender, y lo sabes.
And you know it. That's right, folks. You do know it. It is This Book is the Shit, and it is available at Von Tienda, along with many other amazing materials, such as English Everywhere. That's my first book. In fact, look, I've got it right here in my hands. English Everywhere. What an awesome book. And I'm not saying it because I wrote it. I'm saying because it's very complete. All right, let's put you to the test before we get into our pop quiz. To warm up, calentar motores. I do this with my students sometimes. Since English Everywhere has 40 different places / situations, well, I'm just going to randomly go through the book and we'll see what vocabulary you know and which one you don't. And this is, like spinning the wheel here in roulette. You don't know where we're going to go. Are we going to go to the pool? Are we going to go to the concert? Are we going to look at numbers? The last chapter of English Everywhere is numbers. All right, let's see. The first page I open to is law. No? Legal, cosas legales. All right, let's see. The first one here, laguna jurídica. You also say tecnicismo. Hey, empezamos fuerte, eh? Hey, it's a chapter on law. If you have this book, it's chapter 16 in my first book. All right. Did you say loophole? That's right. A loophole or a technicality. No, tecnicismo. We don't say technicism. We say a technicality or a loophole. That's una laguna jurídica. Difícil. Me cuesta pronunciar esa, eh? All right. Let's see. We're going to the theater. Shout out to my mom, who loves going to the theater. So do I. All right. Hay intermedio. Intermedio en una obra de teatro. Is there an intermission? How are you doing so far? Again, you don't know what's next here. This is just a little random to test your knowledge of all different kinds of English. So we looked at loophole. We looked at the word intermission. Where do you want to go next? Here, let's just turn the page. Oh, we're going shopping. All right. How do we say Eva? Eva. Not Eva I was going to, but Eva, that tax, ese impuesto. Okay, Eva is VAT, or some people say VAT. VAT. And it stands for value added tax. All right, that's from the shopping chapter. Let's look at one more, and then we'll get into today's pop quiz. This way we've got our brains nice and warm here. All right, the next chapter, in the garden. Again, I'm just jumping around my first book, English Everywhere. All right, in the garden. Let's see. Let me find something over here. Okay. Let's go with something from the kitchen, something healthy. Alcachofa. Okay, we're talking about gardening, jardinería, agricultura. Alcachofa. Did you say artichoke? That's right. Okay. Well, there you go, folks. A little bit of random English to warm up for today's pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. quiz. Pop, 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 pop. Pop quiz. Pop, pop, yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Hello, and welcome to our pop quiz. That's right. Now, today we're not looking at anything from one of my books today. Well, we just did to warm up, but now we're taking a look at a book that I highly recommend, even though I didn't write it. And why do I recommend it? Because it's going to really help you avoid some of the biggest pitfalls. And the word pitfall, Pitfall, is like an obstacle, right? Dificultad, escollo. All right. So this is a way of foreseeing, ¿no? Para prever los errores antes de que los cometes, right? So that's why this book is called Errores Comunes en Inglés que deberías conocer. So it's common mistakes that you should know. I would even go as far as to say that you need to know, you know? Why? Because if I'm doing my math correctly here after more than 20 years, I've noticed that there are probably around 40, 50 common mistakes that Spanish speakers make when speaking English. And those can range from pronunciation to word order to, using the wrong verb tense, tiempo verbal. But I would, if I had to, I could probably write down 50 of the biggest mistakes that you guys, Spanish speakers, make. Now, if we look at Chinese people learning English, well, those will probably be a different set of mistakes. So the good thing is we've done the research, thousands of hours of classes and courses and radio shows, and we know the big ones, the ones that you need to know so that you can avoid them and not fall into these traps. Again, it's called Errores Comunes en Inglés que deberías conocer. You can pick it up at Von Tienda or wherever fine books are sold, como decimos, for $9.95. And it comes with audio. We're going to listen to a little audio clip right now. And as you know, I want you to listen, but I also want you to listen actively. And why not? If you, I mean, I don't know how many of you do. It would be interesting to know this, but how many of you listen to the show with a notepad or a notebook next to you? I know many people who do, but I'm saying, that is really a good thing too, because then you're not just hearing it once, but you're writing it down. You're reinforcing the stuff you need to know, whether that's vocabulary, a common mistake, a pronunciation tweak, or what have you, o lo que sea. All right. So this is a little excerpt from Errores Comunes en Inglés. Take notes and listen carefully, because afterwards, of course, I'll have a couple questions for you.
Pista 23. Error 11.
She like me? No, she likes me.
Diana va andando al trabajo por la mañana.
Diana walks to work in the morning.
Justin la trata como a una princesa.
Justin treats her like a princess.
Esta clase termina a las 9:30.
This class finishes at 9:30.
Mi perro nunca se baña en el lago.
My dog never swims in the lake.
Mary se estudia 2 verbos españoles cada semana.
Mary studies 2 Spanish verbs every week.
No bebe ni leche, solo bebe agua.
She doesn't even drink milk. She only drinks water.
¿Aquí nieva en invierno?
Does it snow here in the winter?
¿Tiene gimnasio el hotel?
Does the hotel have a gym in it?
¿De verdad habla japonés Duncan?
Does Duncan really speak Japanese?
Frank no vigila lo que come.
Frank doesn't watch what he eats.
Pista 24. Error 12.
I'm thinking in you? No, I'm thinking about you.
¿En qué piensas?
What are you thinking about?
Estoy pensando en mis vacaciones.
I'm thinking about my holidays.
Ella está siempre pensando en él.
She's always thinking about him.
No puedo pensar en ninguna otra cosa.
I can't think about anything else.
Hay gente que solo piensa en el dinero.
Some people can only think about money.
Piénsalo.
Think about it.
Me lo pienso y te digo algo.
I'll think about it and let you know.
¿Piensas en tus problemas a menudo?
Do you think about your problems often?
¿Alguna vez piensas en lo que pasó?
Do you ever think about what happened?
No lo pienses demasiado.
Don't think about it too much.
Pista 25. Error 13.
I'm going to the bed? No, I'm going to bed.
¿A qué hora te sueles ir a la cama?
What time do you usually go to bed?
Mis hijos se van a la cama a las 8:30.
My children go to bed at 8:30.
Estoy cansada, me voy a la cama.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Nunca me voy a la cama antes de las 12.
I never go to bed before 12.
A Andy le encanta ir al colegio.
Andy loves going to school.
¿Cómo vas a la escuela?
How do you get to school?
En Italia, los niños van al colegio los sábados.
Children in Italy go to school on Saturdays.
Van al colegio en autobús.
They go to school by bus.
La abuela va a la iglesia todos los domingos.
Grandma goes to church every Sunday.
Jerry suele llevar el coche a la iglesia.
Jerry usually drives to church.
Pista 26. Error 14.
What happens? No. What's wrong?
¿Estás bien? ¿Qué te pasa?
Are you all right? What's wrong?
¿Por qué llora el bebé? ¿Qué le pasa?
Why is the baby crying? What's wrong with him?
¿Qué pasa? ¿No te gusta mi tarta de chocolate?
What's wrong? Don't you like my chocolate cake?
¿Qué le pasa a Brenda?
What's wrong with Brenda?
Pareces disgustado. ¿Qué pasa?
You look upset. What's wrong?
¿Qué te pasa? ¿No estás contento aquí?
What's wrong? Aren't you happy here?
¿Qué le pasa a mi vestido? ¿Es demasiado grande?
What's wrong with my dress? Is it too big?
¿Por qué no puedes dormir? ¿Qué te pasa?
Why can't you sleep? What's wrong?
¿Qué le pasa a mi idea?
What's wrong with my idea?
¿Qué le pasa a Mary?
What's wrong with Mary?
Pista 27. Error 15.
I call you tomorrow? No, I'll call you tomorrow.
Voy.
I'm coming.
Volamos a Moscú el mes que viene.
We're flying to Moscow next month.
Acabamos y nos vamos.
We'll finish up and leave.
¿Venís a la fiesta esta noche?
Are you coming to the party tonight?
¿Se va Jackie a algún sitio este verano?
Is Jackie going anywhere this summer?
Hablamos luego.
We'll talk later.
¿Sales esta noche?
Are you going out this evening?
Te veo luego.
I'll see you later.
¿Está cerrada la tienda? Pues lo compramos mañana.
Is the store closed? We'll buy it tomorrow then.
¿Me lo envías el lunes?
Will you send it to me on Monday?
First things first. How you machines doing? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Let's take a picture. Quick question. ¿Cómo se dice emocionar en inglés?
To emotionate.
No. Think of Michael Jackson. Una pista de audio. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
Es thriller.
That's right. So emocionar is to
Thrill.
eso es. And this book is the shit will thrill you. It's thrilling.
Sí, señor. This book is the shit. El inglés que no sabías que sabías. 1000 nuevas palabras para tu colección. De la mano de Alberto Alonso
Y Damián Moya.
así da gusto aprender.
Now we're talking.
That's right, folks. Now we're talking. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with many, many challenges. I see we've got tons of students participating. You guys are gung-ho para usar la palabra que usamos, la primera palabra del día hoy. I see you are gung-ho, and that makes me gung-ho as well. You know how that works. Tons of fun up ahead. All right, folks, we'll be right back with much more. So stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, my amigos. This is the second part of today's show with No Name here on Vaughn Radio. We came to learn, to laugh, to play, and even make some friends along the way. Hey, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Speaking of hanging out with your friends, I hope to see you all at our upcoming Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. If you haven't marked your calendars, do so right now. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, el 3 de febrero, 8 p.m., and it's at the Toast Tap Room in Malasaña. It'll be hosted by Fitz this month, and we're all going to be there having a wonderful time, laughing together, having a couple brewskis, unas cervezas bien ricas. Oh, yeah. That is all going down, ocurriendo, pasando. It's all going down on February 3rd at 8 p.m. Get there a little bit earlier, as always. This way you can get situated, get a spot, order something to eat or something to drink. And also, put together a dream team. As we looked at the other day, the expression, one of my daughter's favorite expressions, teamwork makes the dream work. Remember that one? And the other day it was funny. She said, Daddy, does that say DreamWorks? You know, the production company, DreamWorks. And I said, yeah. She goes, aha, teamwork makes the dream. I go, oh, wow. Good observation. And she's already playing with homophones. The other day I said something like, yeah, a week, una semana. And you know what she said to me? Daddy, are you saying you're weak? Que eres débil? And she looked at me and went, ha, 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 ha. I said, wow, honey, nice pun. Nice pun, hun. Buen juego de palabras, cariño. Nice pun, hun. Hey, a shout out to all of you word nerds. I call myself a word nerd, un friki de la palabra. I love learning languages. I love teaching languages. And I love mostly, as you know, the cultural aspect, understanding how people think, their music, their movies, their food. You can never forget about food. All right, let's see what we've got over here. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. So let's go in order, because if not, I get confused. It's not difficult to confuse me. So let's listen to our Say What soundbite. I'm going to give it to you for the second time, and then we can discuss it. Oh, but wait, before I do that, why don't we'll gain some time by giving you guys also the pop quiz. All right, so the first one that I'd like to see if you know is another way of saying ir a la cama. Okay, now we saw go to bed. El error común is go to the bed. Pero claro, si lo piensas, tiene todo el sentido del mundo. Why? We're not talking about la cama en sí. We're talking about the concept of the cama. So that's why we don't say the bed in English. I'm going to go to bed. All right, well, there are many ways to say that in English, many totally native ways to say voy al saco, voy al sobre. I think you say some of these. Do you say those or am I making them up? There's even a phrasal verb in case you didn't know it, and we'll take a look at that. So, number one, you can use it however you want. Normalmente me voy a la cama a tal hora, por ejemplo. All right? The second one, ¿en qué piensas? We were looking at that mistake with thinking. That's a very common mistake. The wrong preposition when we talk about that verb to think. All right? So, ¿en qué piensas? Okay? And there's also a totally native way to say it, which we've looked at here. And I'll look at it again with you when we take a look at your answers. And the last one is, and this one also has a couple different, the good thing about all three today, you've got different ways to word them. So we may get a lot of different answers. We'll get a lot of variety today. The third one is dime algo. So let me give you the context. So you just had lunch with someone and you're saying, okay, pues nada. You're saying goodbye and you say, pues ya me dirás algo, dime algo. Okay? Ponte conmigo de nuevo, dime algo. So there's unfinished business and you're waiting on them. What would you say? Okay? I think in Spanish it would be dime algo, manténme al día, ya me dirás, no? I think the best translation is dime algo, but we wouldn't say something to me or tell me something. We would say it in a different way. That's why I wanted to look at this one as well, because it was in the audio and it is a common mistake. So the first one, another way of saying go to bed. Okay. The second one, ¿en qué piensas? And the third one, dime algo. Okay. And again, esto es retómalo conmigo, viene a decir. All right. Good luck, my amigos. Those are your pop quiz challenges. Let me give you the Say What soundbite for the second time.
You don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it.
I took the call.
It's mine. I'll make you my second in command.
Captain Smith, over here, please.
Back door! Nobody else inside.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit.
That's right, folks. And you can pick up all our amazing materials wherever fine books are sold. That's Casa del Libro, our wonderful friends at Casa del Libro, also Amazon and at Vaughn Tienda as well. Wherever you feel like getting it, you got a wealth, una abundancia, a wealth of amazing resources, all available at a relatively, $10. Today's material costs $10. So think about it this way. For 10 euros, you get to tackle the biggest, most common mistakes in the English language. That's a pretty good deal if you think about it. So that's, 100 mistakes. I don't know how many mistakes there are in the book, but that's about 100 mistakes that you're not going to make because you're aware of them, because you practiced them, because you foresaw them. Los previste, ¿no? Los visteis con antelación. All right, let's go on over here. We've got a lot of people here participating in the group, tons of comments, which is lovely. It's always great to hear from our students. Also, a big shout out to all the students who can't be here live. Those of you who are here with us via podcast, via the Vaughn Radio platform, thank you. Thank you as well for playing along and learning and laughing with us every day. Let's see, we've got lovely Laura. She is front row center, la primera de la clase hoy. She says, good morning, lovely show with no-namers. Let's spend 2 magical hours together learning and having fun. I agree. I couldn't agree more, como decimos. Toma. Totally, no podría estar más de acuerdo. Oh, you say the same thing. I couldn't agree more. I second the motion, Laura. Let's see. Another star student with us. There's Chris Valrol. She says, morning show with no-namers. As you said, I'm gung-ho. Now, you don't know how amazing it is to see a student, a non-native English speaker, using gung-ho. You want to blow your English teacher out of the water, which means like sorprenderle, dejarle boquiabierto. You know what? Use that adjective in your next class. Like, oh, I'm really gung-ho about today's class. And the teacher's going to say, what? Whoa, how'd you know that one? That is a totally native. So excellent job, Chris. And that's the way that you make sure you remember vocabulary is by using it ASAP. By making it your own, so to speak. Let's see, Laura. Laura has something to say about our Say What soundbite. And she says, I heard a scene from an American movie, correct, in which there seems to have been an emergency. There are sirens in the background, and someone is appointing someone else as his second in command. Excellent. Great ear. Great observations, and you expressed it beautifully. Exactly the idea behind this exercise. Laura, again, thank you for being a shining example of a model student. Let's see. Chris says, I heard at least 2 American men who must be cops or emergency personnel, o también como decimos, first responders, right? In the middle of an operation. One of them is the second in command, but I don't know what's going on. Great. You got it. You got the main idea, the bottom line. Good job, Chris. Great job, Laura. Wonderful job, ladies. Let's see, Born to Iron Man. There he is. Check it in. Good morning. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with you, buddy? All good in the hood. Laura's got something to say to you as well. She says, hi, Born to Iron Man. I loved listening to your voice last week. Again, I second the motion. All right, excellent job. Let's see, Laura's got something to say regarding our pop quiz today, where we're looking at stuff from, what is it called? Errores comunes que deberías conocer. Errores comunes en inglés que deberías conocer. That's a really long title. Well, either way, I shared the link with you. So if you're in the live chat, you can just click on it. And for 10 euros, you can have this awesome material. And just go through it and check them off the list. Cuando ya no cometes ese error, lo tachas de tu lista. And what's going to happen? By the end, you'll realize, oh, wow, I don't make some of the most common mistakes made by Spanish speakers speaking English. And then that will put you in your own category, in a superior category. So, and for $10, again, $10. And of course, you have to put in the effort and the time to listen to the audio, repeat it, right? Familiarize yourself with those mistakes so you avoid them. All right. So Laura says, I'm worn out. I'm going to hit the sack. Wow, 2 totally natives in there. Estoy desgastada, agotada. I'm worn out. I'm going to hit the sack. Excellent. Now, it's interesting because we say I'm going to go to bed, but I'm going to hit the sack. It's weird. But yeah, that's correct. The next one, she says, what are you thinking about? Now, acuérdate, what are you? Suena como what are you? What are you? What are you thinking about? Y fíjate, me como la G, no digo thinking. What are you thinking about? About, right? What are you thinking about? About, I say. So excellent. And then, oh, you got one that another totally native, it seems. A penny for your thoughts. Y esto es lo que decimos a alguien cuando le queremos decir, cuéntame qué piensas. A penny for your thoughts. It's another way of saying, what are you thinking about? Tell me what's on your mind. Another way to say it. Excellent job. Wow, Laura. So far, so good. And the last one, she says, let me know as soon as you can. Absolutely. Dime algo. We would say, let me know. Let me know as soon as you can. Keep me posted. Right? Let me know. That means, manténme al día. Dime algo, right? Because again, we wouldn't say, tell me something or say something to me. So we got to find the real way to say that in English. And Laura did that perfectly. Wonderful, Laura. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol says, I usually hit the sack too late. Excellent. Back in black. I hit the sack. I've been so long, I'm glad to be back. Yes, I cut loose from the noose. So to hit the sack. Excellent. Remember, we can also say to hit the hay, right? So donde pones sack, puedes poner hay. El heno, la paja. I usually hit the sack too late, or I usually hit the hay too late. Excellent. And the phrasal verb, let me see if anybody got it before I give it to you. The phrasal verb is, let's see if you know it. Does anything come to mind? To turn in. Yep. I'm going to turn in. Okay. I usually turn in around midnight. That means to go to bed. It's the phrasal verb that we use for hit the sack, to hit the hay, to go to bed. Okay. We also say to get some shut-eye. You know this? Oh, toma, nativa. I'm going to get some shut-eye. Voy a obtener ojo cerrado. Esto es una forma totalmente nativa. Voy a dormir. I'm going to get some shut-eye. Wow. All right. We're looking at some really native vocabulary and expressions today. Great job. All right. The next one. Chris says, you seem a bit absent. A penny for your thoughts. Wow. Totally native. Dime qué piensas. Pareces preocupado, right? Excellent job, Chris. And the last one, she says, when you go, give me a shout. Perfecto. Dime algo. Dame un toque. Give me a shout. Give me a holler. Let me know. Keep me posted. Right? Okay. Wow. Ladies, excellent job. Let's see. We've got Born to Iron Man too. And Born to Iron Man says, I'm heading to bed around 10 p.m. on the dot. Okay. I'm heading, or you're usually, tonight you are. Okay. So sería no. Esta noche. So I'm heading to bed around 10 p.m. on the dot. Hey, I like that. On the dot. También se puede decir sharp. En punto. The next one, what's on your mind? Excellent. What's on your mind? And the last one, will you give me a ring? Keep me informed, please. Great. Now, here's another one, too. And I love teaching this one because it's very, very open. It can be an email. It can be a phone call. And that one is, get back to me. Dime, no, ponte conmigo de nuevo. Dime algo. Get back to me. Hey, when you know about that, get back to me. Okay, keep me posted. Keep me in the loop, right? Let me know. As Laura said, that works as well. So excellent job to all of our show with no-namers. Great. Now, right now, we've got some other things to do. So let's get right into today's news report.
This is the news report on the show with no name, bringing you the latest breaking news. I'm Alberto Alonso, reporting live.
All right, folks, it is our news report here on the show with no name. All right, now, if you have a young person in your life, and I mean young, I don't mean like 20, I mean like, adolescents, then you're no stranger to the craze. Now, craze no es locura. Craze is moda. Se escribe craze con E. The craze of 6'7". Now, have you heard this? Oh, my God. My daughter, she says it all the time. She's 6 years old, and anytime I say 6, she says 6'7", 6'7". Now, what does it mean? Absolutely nothing. And in fact, it's kind of a sign of, the young generation and internet and how terms are meaningless. So 6'7". And it's something that it went viral in a video. There was a kid who was watching a basketball game and he saw something awesome in the game and he said, 6'7", 6'7", and you got to move your hands up and down. 6'7", 6'7", and it went viral. And there's even a rap song, Doot Doot or something. I heard it. I played it for my daughter, where they say 6'7". And the kids will be the first ones to admit, we don't even know what it means. It's just 6'7". It was in that video. The kid said it. It went viral. And now everybody says 6'7". And my daughter even has a shirt that says 6'7", 6'7". And it's funny because the kids in her school say 6'7", 6'7". And I tell Lara, I'm like, that's not how you say it, right? She's like, no, Dad, it's 6'7", 6'7", not 6'7", right? So this story I call 86ing 6'7". What? Well, to 86 means to get rid of. If you were 86th from a bar, ten ciao, right? If they tell you that chicken soup, you go to a restaurant and they say 86, the chicken soup is 86th, that means there's none left. O sea, no queda, right? So 86. It's to eject someone from a restaurant or a bar, but it also means to cancel, right? Also to not have. Okay, 86, chicken parmigiana. We don't have any more chicken. 86, deshacemos de ello. We don't have it. So 86, 6'7", deshaciéndonos del 6'7". Well, this story takes us out to the west coast of the United States to In-N-Out Burger. Have you heard of In-N-Out Burger? It's a fast food chain. And recently they have removed the number 67 from their ticket order system due to the viral 6'7", 6'7" trend. Because basically what happened was kids would hang out in the restaurant. You can see these videos on the internet. But 6'7" fast food trend. And all of a sudden, you see the guy at the counter in el mostrador, and he goes, okay, order number 67. And everybody goes nuts. 6'7", 6'7". They go absolutely insane. Okay. And so it's causing quite a stir. And I don't think in a positive way. So what they've done is they have jumped now. Their new numbering system jumps from 66 to 68. That's right. So you won't see in and out burger, you won't see order number 67 because it was causing too much of a stir. Again, you can watch the videos. It's insane. The moment the guy says 67 or 67, the place erupts with young people just going nuts, jumping. And it has no meaning, as I said. It was dubbed the word of the year in 2025. Look it up. Again, if you don't have youngsters in your life, I get that you don't know it, right? And so, yeah, it's also, as I said, you can hear it in a song, Doot Doot 67 by Skrilla. I've got to say the song's horrible. It's asqueroso. Oh, and also you can imagine. So it's funny. In the in and out order numbering system, it goes from 66 straight to 68. It skips 67, as I just explained. And then it skips from 68 to 70. Why? Because, 69 also has another meaning. Well, actually, it has a meaning. 69 has a meaning. 67 really doesn't. But that doesn't stop people from saying it. Oh, man, that's what a craze is. It doesn't always make sense. Folks, we have got to go to a quick commercial break. I can't believe it. We are flying through the show. We've got a lot of stuff to do when we come back for the second half of today's show. So stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. This is the second half of today's show. We've got a lot of stuff to cover in the show today. We're going to be taking a look at our homophones to kick things off. We'll listen to our Say What soundbite for the third time. We've got real reviews. We've got spelling bees and much more up ahead. In the fourth part, we've got our Double Trouble, Name That Movie, jokes, famous birthdays. Man, so much to cover on today's English extravaganza. Let's see. Laura says, it seems a basketball player who is 6'7" has used the expression too, and it has gone viral. Yeah, that's the word for it, viral. I think it all started with the kid, though. I don't know. The way all the kids discovered it was the kid, but maybe the kid got it from the basketball player, and then it ended up in the rap song. But it still goes back to the one mind-blowing fact. It means absolutely nothing. So, as I said, it's kind of a sign of the times. Una señal de los tiempos en que vivimos, right? So now in the In-N-Out Burger, you can't have order 67. 67. That's how they say it, by the way. You got to move your arms up and down like 67. There's a whole choreography to it as well. But still, we go back to the main thing here. It means absolutely nothing. All right, folks, let's rock and roll with some words that do mean something in today's Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name.
The show with no name. Show it homophobe. Show it no. That's right, folks. Welcome to our homophone section here. All right, now I know there is no doubt in my mind that you are familiar with both of these words today, and you should know how to pronounce them. So I think, the same way sometimes we rank our double troubles, I think this is going to be one of the easiest homophones that we ever look at. Why? Because these are two words that are in common use, and you should know them inside and out. All right, the first word is oír, escuchar. Okay, oír barra escuchar. Okay, I know you know the word. Okay, and it's not listen to, it's the other one. And remember this, listen to is the active one, and the one I'm talking about is the passive one. No, you don't really have to be paying attention to oír o escuchar algo en este caso. Okay? Now, the second word is a word that you need to know as well, and it's aquí. I mean, again, this is novice stuff para novatos. La palabra aquí. So, if you said, no oigo nada aquí, would those two words, oír and aquí, sound the same? I know you know the words. You got to know the words because they're very common words, as I said. And we'll see what you guys think in just a moment. You know why? Because we need to listen to our Say What soundbite. We're going to give it a third listen now.
You don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it.
I took the call.
It's mine. I'll make you my second in command.
Captain Smith, over here, please.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, folks. GrupoVaughn.com. If you want information about our masters, about Disney Vaughn English, or maybe you just want a free level test, you can always contact us. Go to GrupoVaughn.com, and there's always a place on every website, which is Contact Us, and click there, and you'll be able to send us a message. Or if you're following us already on social media, you can write us a message there, and somebody will be more than happy to guide you in the right direction. All right, let's see what we've got. Born to Iron Man is the first person to participate in today's homophones, and he gives us the two words correctly, and he says they sound alike. All right, Laura, she's also participating, and she agrees, and Chris as well. Oh, wow. So 3 super students are all on the same page. All right, I'll frame my question this way. Does anybody care to disagree with these students? Hey, everybody can be wrong sometimes, but does anybody care to disagree? Does anybody beg to differ, como decimos? All right, well, I'm glad you didn't, because they know what they're talking about. They know their stuff. Excellent job. All right, so the first word is hear, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? And a lot of times people get confused, that's speaking of common mistakes, between listen to and hear. All right, now let's do a second part here. The past tense And the participle of the verb to hear is also a homophone of something. Can you tell me what word sounds like exactamente como the past tense of el verbo hear o el participio del verbo hear? And this way, today, we get 2 homophones for the price of 1. All right? There's another homophone we're going to get out of this. And the second word, here, as opposed to there, right? So I can't hear here. No oigo muy bien aquí. Oh, there's another mistake. Again, speaking of common mistakes. A lot of people say, I don't hear you. Mucho más natural en inglés y lo que diríamos sería, I can't hear you. No te oigo, right? Right? No te puedo oír. Piénsalo así. All right, let's see over here. Born to Iron Man, yes. And Laura, nice. Double homophones. I heard a herd of sheep, right? Un rebaño, una manada. So uno es, y ese ojo, ojo y ojo. Muchos preguntan, heard. No, piensa que es heard sin la A. Y como sabes, pronunciamos la H, right? So I heard a herd of animals in the distance. It's a good way to remember how they're pronounced. So excellent job to all of our students who participated. Yeah. All right, Laura. Okay, this is a tough one. I'm going to help you. Laura nailed, well, except for the first line, but I'm going to help you with that now. Laura, excellent job in the Say What soundbite. The thing is, there's a name there, and you got the first, like the words are fine. You're just missing the name. So you don't want it, Edmund. Edmund is a name. So that's what that's the word you're missing there, but the rest looks perfect, and it's hard when it's a name too. You're like, ¿cómo sé yo que es un nombre? So what the guy says is, you don't want it, Edmund, like the guy's name in The Count of Monte Cristo, Edmund Dantes, right? That's the character's name. Well, it's that same name. I don't know, how do you say Edmundio in Spanish? I don't know how you say that name. Well, it's a pretty common name. Not. I think Edward is more common, but Edmund, yeah, that's a name. So you don't want it, Edmund, is what he says there. But again, Laura, you nailed it. You got the rest of the text perfectly. All right, we looked at our homophones. We've got our Say What soundbite out of the way. I know, it's time for real reviews.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this?
Real reviews.
Real reviews found online.
Real reviews.
It was unbelievably painful.
Unbelievably painful. And today we are looking at a fast food joint. That's right. Un garito, un sitio, un lugar, right? A fast food joint. And well, I figured, keeping with what we looked at in our news report, we were looking at In-N-Out Burger. Again, I don't think there are any In-N-Out burgers in Spain. And I'll tell you what, it's not even that big on the East Coast. I don't remember there being a lot of In-N-Out burgers when I was a kid. Maybe now there are more, but it's a West Coast chain like Carl's Jr. You got McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, all of those, they're everywhere. But then there are some that are regional. And Carl's Jr., I know, is in Spain. That is another one that comes from California. So there are many burger joints, fast food joints that come from California. It's one of their, one of their inventions, I would say. Yeah, the first McDonald's, I think, was in California. The first Burger King was in Miami. But, I've seen Carl's Jr. I like Carl's Jr., by the way. And you guys know I don't normally eat or condone people eating fast food because what you put in your body is very important. As we say, your body is a temple. Tu cuerpo es un templo. So you got to be very respectful with it. Edmundo in Spanish. Oh, okay. Edmundo Dantes. Okay. Yeah. Edmund Dantes from The Count of Monte Cristo. Laura says, what a great character. One of my favorite books. Yeah, it is. It's brilliant. About revenge, about friendship, about love. It's got everything. It really is a story that has everything. All right. So we're going to check out a fast food joint today. And as I said, you get some real English in this section because when people are pissed off, they let it all out. Lo sueltan todo. There's no editing going on. So here we go. I love, okay, that's the name of the place. I never say the name. I'm not looking for a lawsuit. No quiero pleitos. So I love, okay, we're going to call the place, But this location, esta ubicación, este sucursal, this location absolutely made me not even ever want to eat there again. So, okay, these are pretty harsh words, palabras duras. Let's continue. I asked for cheese fries, and I was given this slop like I'm in jail. Now, wait a second. Slop. That word rings a bell. Where did we hear the word slop? Oh, yeah. Yesterday in our homophones. Remember, we looked at the word slap, guantazo, dar un guantazo, and slop, bazofia. As I told you, one of my favorite words in Spanish. I think it's funny sounding. So look at that. Look at that. You learned the word yesterday and you saw it in real context from the internet today. So I'll go back. I'll read that line again now that you know the word slop. Mierda, comida que no tiene pinta. You know, it doesn't look appetizing. Es la palabra que diríamos. So I asked for cheese fries and I was given this slop like I'm in jail, como si estuviera en la cárcel. As a human with a brain, como humano, con cerebro, why would you soak my entire fries with liquid cheese? Now, first of all, you can't call that stuff cheese. We all know that liquid stuff or that spray cheese. I wouldn't call it cheese because, you know, it doesn't meet the criteria that cheese, you know, especially you guys in Spain and France. You guys know what real cheese is. So that liquid stuff, I don't know what it is, but we can't really legally call it cheese, can we? So to soak, great word there. To soak is empapar, right? And to be soaked is estar empapado. Hey, it's been raining in Madrid for over a week. Many people are soaked, empapados. But also soak is dejar en remojo, right? If you're going to make lentils or something, you want to soak them overnight. So great word to know there, soak. So as a human with a brain, why would you soak my entire fries with liquid cheese? Completely ruined my appetite. To ruin your appetite, creo que queda claro. Of course, the staff had an attitude just like any other time. So it seems like this person has already put up with attitude problems. Now, I get it. On one hand, I get that, you know, these people are underpaid and overworked, but also there are other jobs where you don't have to deal with people. So, you know, I get it. You know, you go to some of these places and you get mistreated and you almost accept it because you know that poor guy, you know, he's miserable, but also why? It's not professional. You know, it's not professional at all. And well, some fast food places, they really work on that. Oh, the staff has to dress a certain way. You know, they want you. But it seems like here, you know, also, guess what? If you're paying people minimum wage, you know, you will get people with a criminal record, for example. Oh, con antecedentes. That's the way it works, you know. So, of course, the staff had an attitude just like any other time. Another way we say that, the staff had a chip on their shoulder. If somebody has a chip on your shoulder, rencoroso, con problema de actitud. And then the person wraps up the review saying, very last time going here. La última vez que voy a venir aquí. Another review, same place. This was by far, con mucha diferencia, the worst fast food experience I have ever had. Whoa. Once we got there, the manager made us back up in a view where we were unable to see the kitchen. Now that's weird. Just the manager saying to you, back up, échate para atrás. Well, no, I'll go up to the counter. So I don't know what they were hiding in the kitchen. That's not good. Uh-oh. So the manager made us back up in a view where we were unable, incapaces de ver la cocina. We ordered a fish sandwich. That's gross. And a chicken sandwich plain. Plain es sin nada. Okay, bueno, hemos visto esta palabra antes. Both were raw. Ambos crudos. The fish sandwich had weird black pieces inside. Ew. Unidentified objects. And the chicken sandwich was still mushy. And the word mushy is que viscoso, how would they? Let's take a look at mushy here. Blando, pastoso, flojo. Right? You don't want your chicken to be mushy, right? So, the chicken sandwich was still mushy. We proceeded to complain and ask for a refund. Y pedir un reembolso. Now, poner una denuncia is to file a complaint. ¿No? O poner una reclamación, to file. Si te pasa alguna vez en Estados Unidos, I'd like to file a complaint, right? Me gustaría poner una denuncia, una queja. So we proceeded to complain. Now, they didn't say file a complaint. They said to complain, quejarse. So that's the difference there. And ask for a refund. But we were told, this is how our meat comes. And that's in quotes. Eso viene citado. This is how our meat comes. Así viene nuestra carne. No refund, no food remade, horrible customer service. Disgusting. This place needs to get shut down. And to shut down is cerrado, pero cerrado para siempre. So there you go, folks. Some real English in a section we call Real Reviews. All right, it's time to move on, though. We've got much more up ahead. It's time for today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right, folks. It is our Spelling Bee here on the show with no name. All right, let's see what we've got for you today. This is, again, one of the most challenging sections we do here, but let's see if you guys can hack it. Now, hack, hackear, but also if you can take it. All right, here we go. Round one. I have to sneeze. Tengo que estornudar. All right, are we good? I'm talking to myself, by the way. All right. The first word in today's Spelling Bee is APOLLO space 1 space SPACECRAFT. The second one is GUS space GRISSOM. The third one, ED space WHITE. The fourth one, ROGER space CHAFFEE. The fifth one, KENNEDY space 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 CENTER. And the last one is MERRITT space ISLAND, comma, space Florida. There you go, folks. That is round one. I guess it has something to do with space or space communications or something. Yeah, quite possibly. You could say that. Yeah, that would be a good guess on your part. All right, I'll give you another 20 seconds or so, and then I've got to give you the next part here. Let's see. Going once. Going twice. Come on, Born to Iron Man. I'm betting on you here in this space race. Oh, there he is. Let's see. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. Third, fourth, ladies and gentlemen, yes. Born to Spelling Bee. Knocking it out of the park. Round one. He doesn't even need a second listen. Wow. 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 All right. This is for the rest of us, y me incluyo, because I wouldn't get it on the first go either. So here's round two of today's Spelling Bee. Let me get that bell. Now it's official. All right. The first one is APOLLO space 1 space SPACECRAFT. The second one is GUS space GRISSOM. The next one is ED space WHITE. The fourth one is ROGER space CHAFFEE. The fifth one is KENNEDY space 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 CENTER. And the last one is MERRITT space ISLAND, comma, space FLORIDA. Folks, wow, hang on. We've got 3 students who have figured out today's Spelling Bee. Unfreaking believable. Wow. A lot of letters here. Even on the second round, I don't necessarily go slow. So kudos to you. Enhorabuena to Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol, and lovely Laura. Folks, we'll be right back. We've got much more to go in the fourth and final part of today's show. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the fourth and and final part of today's show with no name. Thank you for learning and laughing and playing with us day after day, week after week, year after year, and yes, decade after decade. All right, folks, in this part of the show, we are going to take a look at our double trouble. Let's take a look over here. Going to be a tough one. It's a double trouble. Wow. Okay. Good luck, folks. You're going to need it in today's double trouble. Then we've got our Say What soundbite with Edmund. Laura, excellent job. We'll see if anybody else can jot it down as well. We'll take a look at our spelling bee words. Then we're heading to the movies. We've got jokes, famous birthday trivia, name that lyric, and so much more. And after today's show, you can continue to learn English with all my amigos. Ale, in Speaking with Confidence. Rob Graham's The Lunchtime Show. Speak English with Ruby. Let's Get Random with Jules. Dave Boy's The Salad. Kyle Miller's Drive Time. Chris Frank and Frankly Speaking. The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. And I know I've left a couple out. Well, folks, the point is that you've got English 24/7, 365 if you've got the Vaughn Radio app on your phone. You can also catch all your favorite programs / English classes on your favorite podcast platform. All right, let's rock and roll. I forewarned you, os prevení, os avisé, that today's double trouble was going to be tough. Let's see how tough it is.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, double trouble. Here we go. Good luck. Ese hombre de 40 años me acaba de guiñar el ojo. Es pregunta, perdona. Ese hombre de 40 años me acaba de guiñar el ojo. Necesito echarme una siesta. All right, so you're using two words twice. So two sets of words. I can give you a clue. We were looking at numbers before with 6, 7, and all that. And remember, we have an expression to be at 6s and 7s. Estás hecho un lío, right? Te has hecho un lío. But again, it's not 6, 7, 6, 7. Like the kids say. Oh, espera, lo digo bien. 6, 7, 6, 7. Got to do it right. But there is an expression to be at 6s and 7s. And I know we've looked at it before. So I'll give you a clue. It's got some numbers in there. All right. Ese hombre, perdona, es pregunta. Ese hombre de 40 años me acaba de guiñar el ojo. Necesito echarme una siesta. Good luck. As I said, today's going to make you sweat a little bit here. We'll see if somebody can figure it out. Also, here's your Say What soundbite for the fourth and final time.
You don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it.
I took the call.
It's mine. I'll make you my second in command.
Captain Smith, over here, please.
Back door! Nobody else inside.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable.
Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughn Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughn Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughn Town. There you go, folks. It is Vaughn Town. It is a life-changing initiative, and I'm not just saying that. Again, I've heard that from students who have attended, and they said, Alberto, it was a turning point in my English journey. Again, it's Vaughn Town, and if you want more information about that or any of our initiatives, go to grupovaughn.com. Also, if you'd like, you can follow us on social media, and that's where you'll know what we want you to know, right? Well, marketing. We don't run that account here at the radio, but this way, you know, they know what they want to highlight every week or every month. And this way, you know it too, especially when there's something, you know, that's on special. Like right now, our online course, some of our online courses are at a 50% discount. I mean, that's fucking awesome. So again, follow us and you'll know about all that stuff. All right, let's see over here. Laura is participating in our Double Trouble. And she says, did that 40-year-old man just wink at me? I'm going to take 40 winks. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing is I would say I'm going to catch 40 winks. Yo cambiaría el take. Puede ser correcto, pero me suena mucho más normal el catch 40 winks. Wow. Laura, that was a tough one because, man, I don't think we've ever used to catch 40 winks. So 40 winks. Yeah, 40. Remember the difference between blinks and winks. Okay, you blink with two eyes, right? And you wink with one eye. So 40 winks. Sueñecito. Listen, I'll give you I'm going to catch 40 winks before getting ready to go out. It's different than getting some shut-eye. To get some shut-eye, la que vimos antes también, to go to sleep. Okay, and esto es una siestecita. Una cabezada might be a way to say it. Mira, en México es un pestañazo. Makes sense. 40 winks. All right, so to catch 40 winks. Excellent job, Laura. Y la preposición también. Did that 40-year-old man just wink at me? It's to wink at somebody. I'm going to catch 40 winks. A nap or a short sleep session. Now, another way we say too, una siesta cortita. I love this one. We call it a cat nap or a power nap. Estos de 5 minutos. Voy a cerrar los ojos 5 minutos. That's called a power nap or a cat nap. And now you know another way to say a nap is 40 winks. Excellent job. All right, let's take a look at our spelling bee again. We got Born to Iron Man, Chris and Laura. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. Let's take a look at these words and what they had in common. Obviously, they were space related. And it's because today, in the year 1967, the Apollo program, okay? That's funny. You don't call it apoyo, como la doble L en español. Apoyo al apoyo program. The Apollo program, well, a tragic day in the history of space. That's right. Astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee were killed in a fire during a test. Yeah, estaban probando the Apollo 1 spacecraft. And this was over at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. I know you say Florida, we say Florida. Florida. Ya te lo juro. So number 1 was Apollo 1 spacecraft. That was the name of the faulty, defectuoso spacecraft, Apollo 1 spacecraft. Number 2 was Gus Grissom, one of the astronauts who lost their lives. Ed White was another one. Roger Chaffee was number 4. Number 5 is where it was at the Kennedy Space Center. And number 6 was Merritt Island. And Merritt Island is where the Kennedy Space Center is located. It's called Merritt Island, and it's in Florida. All right, excellent job to all my spelling bee champions. You guys are out of this world. Speaking of space, right? Fuera de este mundo. En otra galaxia, you would say. All right, let's keep it moving, though, because we've got a lot more to cover before the end of the show. So right now, we're going to the movies. Name that movie. Yes. All right, amigos, let's see what we've got for today's Name That Movie. Let's just put it this way. I've already given you a hint. That's right. Ya tenéis pista. Here we go. When a Japanese automobile company buys an American plant, the American liaison must mediate. Mira, hablando de palabras francesas. The American liaison must mediate the clash of work attitudes between the foreign management and native labor. Okay, vamos por partes. So when a Japanese automobile company buys an American plant, una fábrica, it's another way of saying a plant, a factory, the American liaison, el contacto, maybe would be a good way. Vamos a ver cómo. Liaison es intermediario, enlace, okay? So the American liaison must mediate, mediar, the clash, el choque, right? Clash of the Titans, ¿te suena? El choque de los titanes. Clash of work attitudes, las actitudes hacia el trabajo, between the foreign management, la gerencia extranjera, in this case Japanese, and native labor, ¿no? El labor, el mano de obra nativo, ¿no? Las costumbres, vamos a decir. The work culture, as they call it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our winner. It's the movie queen. She's not only gung-ho, but she also told us that that's the name of this movie, Gung-Ho. I told you I gave you a clue. Gung-ho. And as we said, it means really excited, enthusiastic about something, even too much. Whoa, man, you're a little too gung-ho about today's game, right? Like, wow, se te va, you're too excited. So Gung-Ho is the name of the movie. It's a movie that came out in 1986, and it stars Michael Keaton, the original Batman. Also, it's directed by Ron Howard, and, other very famous actors are in it as well. In fact, I remember this movie at the video club. I remember going to the local video club to rent VHS. This was before digital stuff and DVDs. And I remember going with my dad, I believe. And I don't think we rented it because I was too young, right, in 1986 to see the movie. But I do remember seeing it on the shelf. So that's funny. And as I always tell you, you can learn English from movie titles as well. You don't even have to watch the movie. Now you know it is Gung-Ho. The movie is called Gung-Ho. Y ya hemos visto qué significa la palabra Gung-Ho. Let's take a look at the scene. Hunt, it's a character's name, Gatha, says, "You're a maniac. Eres un loco. You're a maniac." And Oishi says, "Last night I told off my boss. Anoche le eché una bronca a mi jefe." Last night I told off my boss. And Hans says, oh, yeah? See? Good for you. Me alegro por ti. Bien. Good for you. Then he says, was he awake? ¿Estuvo despierto? And Oishi says, are you kidding? ¿Estás de coña? I was on him good. Estaba encima de él, igual le decís. Pero bien, ¿eh? I was on him good. I was on him like hair on a gorilla. Yo estaba encima de él como pelo en un gorila. And Hunt says, where do you get these expressions? Remember, he's Japanese. And Oishi says, from television. So, hey, doesn't that sound familiar? Where do we learn stuff here on the show? From TV, from movies, from music, and even from jokes. All right, well, we're going to get into jokes right now, but there's the movie of the day. It's Gung Ho. And as I said, without even watching the movie, now you know what it means. All right, it's time for your joking.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, amigos. You're joking. And I figure, since we were looking at numbers, we looked at 6-7. We looked at getting 40 winks or catching 40 winks. Well, I figured we could keep it going with those numbers. All right, so let's see, as always, if you get the joke. If not, as you know, I always explain it afterwards. All right, what do you call numbers that are always on the move? Se puede decir on the move or on the go. No, que no paran, vamos a decir. What do you call numbers that are always on the move? Easy. Roman numerals. Hey, speaking of Roman numerals, I learned my Roman numerals from Rocky, de las películas de Rocky. Aprende los Roman numerals. But do you get it now? Roman numerals, números romanos, but also la X, X1, all of that stuff. But also Rome, to Rome is deambular, right? Roman numerals. What do you call numbers that are always on the move? Roman numerals. I think it's funny, honestly. All right, next one. How do you make 7 even? Okay, how do you make 7 even? Now remember, even is pares, 2, 4, 6, 8. And odd, o de, además de raro, significa números impares. So how do you make 7 even? Easy. Take away the S. You get it? How do you make 7 even? Pues quitas la S y tienes la palabra even. Okay. All right. Thankfully, I'm not a comedian. I'm an English teacher, and now we're going to learn with some famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Famous birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
Yes, folks, let's get right into it. It's famous birthday trivia. Our first birthday girl is an American actress who was born today in 1956. Her notable film roles include Gung Ho. What? You mean today's name, that movie? Yeah, she was in it. Gung Ho. She was also in Someone to Watch Over Me in 1987. Desperate Hours, Full Body Massage, The Rapture, and many, many others as well. And she's also been in TV, many TV programs, The X-Files, Mad Men, Paper Dolls. So definitely an actress who has been in the business for quite some time. All right, number 2, this English drummer says, hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Relax, relax. Well, that's just one of the songs. If you didn't know the reference, it's the drummer of Pink Floyd. There you go. I mean, if you didn't catch the reference from the song Comfortably Numb, and, well, many other great songs. I'm not going to sing them all because we don't have time, but I do know a lot of them. So the drummer of Pink Floyd. And last but not least, an American actor, and he has been in many movies. He was in Babe, the one about the pig, The Green Mile, L.A. Confidential, The Queen, Marshall, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Big Hero 6. I mean, this is one of those actors that you might not know his name, but the moment you see him, you're like, oh, this guy. Yeah, one of those who's been in so many movies. And again, he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for Babe, for his role in Babe. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your classmate, Chris Barrol. Number 1, actress Mimi Rogers. Number 2, drummer Nick Mason. And number 3, actor James Cromwell. That's right, James Cromwell. And James Cromwell is today's Say What soundbite. This is from the movie L.A. Confidential. Whoa, what a movie. L.A. Confidential. Guy Pearce is in it as well. And hey, and he was in The Count of Monte Cristo. Hey, I didn't mean to link that together. So this is from L.A. Confidential, where James Cromwell plays a corrupt cop. And he says, you don't want it, Edmund. You can't have it. Because he just said to him, this is my case, Captain. Esto es mi caso, Capitán. Right? This is my case. And he goes, you don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it. And then he said, I took the call. It's mine. Yo recibí la llamada. Es mi caso. He goes, I'll make you my second in command. Te haré mi segundo. And then there's media paparazzi there because there was a crime, and they want to get a picture of him. And they say, Captain Smith, over here, please. Por aquí, Captain Smith. And then he poses for a photo. So here he is, James Cromwell, and you also get to hear actor Guy Pearce, who says, I took the call. It's mine, defending the fact that it's his case. What a great movie it is. If you haven't seen it, check it out, obviously in English, L.A. Confidential. Here he is, James Cromwell.
You don't want it, Edmund, and you can't have it.
I took the call.
It's mine. I'll make you my second in command.
Captain Smith, over here, please.
Back door! Nobody else inside.
All right, amigos. That is the end of the show today. Laura, thank you. Laura says, there's a method to your madness, AA. I love how everything is connected in the show. You are out of this world, too. Thank you. Chris says, I see eye to eye. Laura, well, thank you so much. Yeah, well, hey, just like all of my classes, whether it's a video class, an audio class, or a one-to-one class, I always like to prepare some things, and I like to link them together. As you know, I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories. So I'm glad that that's not lost on you guys, ¿no? Que lo pilláis, que no se pierde. Vosotros veis a lo que voy aquí. So thank you for learning, laughing, and also for getting what I do here every day, por captar lo que vengo a hacer a diario. Thank you. Really, you guys are the backbone of the show with no name. And you know that, and I can never thank you enough. And we're going to say goodbye with Comfortably Numb. Qué temazo. Cómodamente entumecido. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Sentar la cabeza is to nod. Is there anyone home? Come on down. I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Vaya temazo. What an amazing song. Thank you so much, everybody, and have an amazing day. Here it is, Comfortably Numb. Hello, hello, hello. You. Hello, hello, hello.